¿Qué tal, amigos? Hello, friends. Welcome to another show from Somos Emprendedores. I hope you guys had a very nice weekend. Today I'm very happy because I have a very, very special guest today, my friend and partner, Cindy Berkland. Hello,
Morning.
Cindy.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good.
You look very pretty.
Thank you. Well, I'm excited to be here.
Excited, yeah,
This is
me
fun.
too. I'm very excited to be here. Well, let me tell you that Cindy is a former successful mortgage broker, but now she's a successful financial professional. And for your information, we both work together. Cindy, it's such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. You know, for me, it's very important, Cindy, that our friends in the Hispanic community, but also in general, right, understand exactly what we do and about financial services and why it is the moment to really pay attention to this matter.
Okay.
So what is exactly that you do as a financial professional, Cindy?
So I like to call myself a financial services provider. I'm not a stockbroker. I don't put people's money in the market. What I am as a financial services provider is I like to look for situations in a client's portfolio or whatever they have going on in their life where I can build on that. So let's say they don't have any protection for what they already have. We're going to be looking for maybe some life insurance products. If they need to be finding a solution as far as building a savings plan, we're going to be looking at different plans for that. If it looks like they're carrying a lot of debt and they have equity in their home, I'm going to be looking at maybe suggesting they do a debt restructure. If they're carrying a lot of student loan debt, I'm going to be suggesting getting into a student loan forgiveness program. So as a financial services professional, I'm going to be looking for things that help people create a better life for themselves by either a greater savings plan or, you know, beating down the debt that they already have. So I'm usually looking for ways that I can, you know, solve a problem for the client.
That's awesome, and that's what I love, what we do.
Right.
Cindy, now, why you made the transition from mortgage broker to financial professional? What caught your attention?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit, because I understand that you were very, very successful in the real estate industry. So share a little bit about that.
Well, I never thought I'd leave the mortgage business. So I was a mortgage broker. I was in the mortgage business for about 20 years, real estate and mortgage for a little over 20 years. And I had my mortgage office, and the 2008 economy basically wiped me out. I never thought that I'd be doing anything differently. I thought I'd be in the mortgage business forever. And everything I had built my whole life, I had made a great deal of money, bought a lot of properties, investments. And in 2008, I basically, between 08 and 09, I lost everything I had. And I wasn't prepared for that. As much as I thought that I wasn't. And I had always, you know, been able to see things in the future a little bit, like make adjustments. And 2008 caught me completely by surprise. And after all the smoke and the dust cleared, I was sitting there in just a mess, like lost properties and everything, and I could not understand what happened to me. Like everything I had prepared for was gone. So the reason I'm now in the financial services industry is because I really didn't understand how money worked. I didn't set myself up to win. I thought I did, but I didn't. So now that I understand some basic money concepts that I did not understand before, that's why I jumped over to this side of the fence, because I just seriously was clueless about certain things in the financial realm. And now that I understand those things, I'm able to, I feel like I'm a better person for this line of work, because I've been through that, where I had a great deal of wealth and I knew how to make money, but I didn't know how to preserve the wealth that I created. And that's a whole nother ballgame. It's one thing to make the money, but can you keep the money?
Exactly.
Okay. So for me, I feel like I have a good story to tell, and a lot of people can relate with what I have been through. Now it's just giving them some different tools to use to be successful.
Yeah, exactly. I can relate to that because I was one of the people, who lost everything too. And, after that as well, I understood that there's a big, big difference between making money and understanding how money works and how it can work for you. Keeping the money and growing the money. So I see that there is a lot of confusion about that. Just making money, right? Which is what we do. Everybody makes money,
Right.
but not everyone understands how money works and how it can work for you.
Right.
So I also feel very, very fortunate to have learned all these concepts, and not only learn them, but apply them to my own life and help others
That's the key.
with proper financial education.
Right.
Right? Now, Cindy, coming from the mortgage industry and real estate industry, why would you suggest for homeowners to look for your services?
Well, the difference for me, like when I was in the mortgage industry, I worked a lot with financial planners, financial advisors, financial services people, because I would look at a loan application. I would see people come into my office and they wanted to buy a $500,000 home, but I would notice, like, if the husband was the only one working and wife didn't have a job, if something happened to husband, how was she going to make the payments? How were they going to survive if they had children? And it kind of concerned me that here I am putting someone in a $500,000 mortgage, but what if they had a rainy day? Or what if something happened? How would they protect themselves? So I felt like, as just someone in their court, that just to refer them to someone that I felt like could help them in that area so that they were covered all the way around. Now I do the same thing on this side of the fence. Is when I look and I see somebody has completely buried in debt, and they have so much debt that they're not even really able to save for their future because they've spent too much for whatever reason. Encouraging them to do a debt restructure, maybe in the point of a refinance, by referring it to someone in the real estate industry or in the mortgage business that can help them, so that once they restructure that debt and they can get the compound interest under control. See, interest is compounding not in their favor. It's compounding very much against them. Where we can get that under control, now we can get them in a situation where they're creating money and money's compounding in their favor rather than against them. So a lot of people may not know this, but money is compounding, at a rate of 9%. Money will double every approximately 8 years. So if you start at $20,000 and you have an interest rate on that card or whatever at 9%, if you're only making the minimum monthly payments, in 8 years, that credit card is going to be at $40,000. People don't understand how that works against them, but it can also work for you. So if I can show people how to restructure that debt and get the payments down, so then now they can create payments in their favor, now I'm actually creating income into their family rather than debt against their family.
Exactly, because Cindy, that's awesome. In this culture here in this country, we are used. We live in a culture where it's all about debt, and spending money, and compound interest, but working against us. So this is very important because often people don't understand, that it's not that it's bad getting into debt, but they always go into debt without having interest working for them or having, money working for them, so they don't have balance in their finances. So when something strikes, like life happens, they find themselves in big trouble financially.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is very, very important to understand that even though our culture is about credit, debt, and spending, we have to start learning, and changing the habits to saving smart, right? Okay, well, Cindy, you're gonna stay for the second segment.
Yes.
Friends, don't go. Cindy's gonna talk about more important topics, and for those one who have to leave, could you give your number, Cindy?
Yeah, you can reach me. My phone number to my office is 702-683-7429. Again, 702-683-7429.
Stay with us to the next segment. Thank you.